is I'm gonna make a venison sauce piquant. This is some wild oyster mushrooms I picked. This is a top around, and this is backstrap. I'm gonna use all of that in it. I thaw this stuff out. I thawed out some wild mushrooms. Thawed out some venison, of course. Let's top around. Ooh, that smells good. Good smelling piece of meat there. A little piece of backstrap. So, with venison sauce piquant, I'm gonna take this meat. I'm gonna cut it. I hope this video is. So I'm gonna cut this in nice thin strips, and then I'm gonna dice it a little bit. Thing about this is you don't want your meat to be in big chunks. You can do it like that. You can, and it's okay. But I've done this recipe many times, and it's better to have thinner pieces. It's just more of a pleasure to eat. Take that meat and you slice it into thinner pieces like that. Then I kind of just cube it or dice it, whatever you want to call that. I like thinner pieces of meat, smaller. So, you know, little strip like that, like that, like that. And you get them together. This is the meat all diced up. What I'm gonna do is make a concoction of seasonings and different things. Now you don't have to use the exact same seasonings I use. You can pick and choose. I tell you what, this one from Trader Joe's is awesome. I might add a little bit of that. This 21 season salute. Ooh. That's good. There ain't much left in there. But it's got a bunch of different ones in it. So, of course, black pepper. Put a little bit of black pepper in it. A little garlic powder. A little onion powder. Put just a touch of chili. Just a touch. Put some salt here. Plenty. I like Louisiana hot sauce for this. Especially in the marinade. And Lee and Perrins or any Worcestershire sauce that you choose. Not much. This isn't to be wet, but go ahead and mix those flavors up. Let those seasons penetrate. Let them marry a little bit to each other. And you're getting a good mixture. It smells real good. It's very spicy, very good smelling. Oh, I didn't put any of this in there. A little cayenne red pepper. Get them all mixed up in there. All right, set that aside. About an hour. Could go up to 24 hours, but it doesn't need to be more than an hour if you're in a rush, but at least an hour to sit on itself to get the full flavor of the seasons in there. Now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and chop some seasonings. Of course you need some onions. This is one I had left over. That'll be probably enough for this dish right here. I got a couple more right there. But plenty enough onion. Need some bell pepper. I had a little sliver left here. I like to get every part of that bell pepper. Because I don't need the entire bell pepper. There's some celery. I keep it frozen. I'll buy celery when I see it on sale, or if it's starting to get close to going bad. But for seasoning purposes like this, frozen celery works just fine. You want to chop it down pretty fine, and you don't have to peel it if you cut it all the way through. It's a little bit harder to chop. after it's been frozen, and you get a lot of liquid. So what I do is I take a paper towel and I sop that up. I'll sop up that liquid out of there. I don't want it all in there. Basically the trinity there. And I like me some chopped garlic, and then I'm gonna do some bigger garlic in there. If you're a garlic loving person, this is the dish for you. Now, if you're not, it can be the dish for you, and don't put as much. But I like garlic. I just think anyone that don't like garlic ain't right in the head. So what you do with this garlic, once you get your seasonings pushed into there, take each one of these and you kind of bash it just a little bit, not to smithereens, but makes it 100% easier to peel them. So when you bash them, it just basically comes right out of that little shell around them. And sometimes you got to work with them, but it's still a lot easier. Kind of just all peels off real easy like that. What I do is get some of these little notches off the end. All right. What I like to do is get these little ones set aside. Some of these bigger ones like that. Okay. This should be enough for 2 parts to the garlic. 1 part is a minced. See, if you hold it and you kind of angle that knife away from your fingers while you're holding it, you gotta watch, because every now and then you can see I caught my thumbnail. What I'm gonna do here is, in a Dutch oven pot, I'm gonna pour a little canola oil, a little bit more than that, and then I'm gonna put a little flour. It's a little hot, so, and then I'm gonna take my little spoon, wooden spoon, put a little bit more. How about that? That's perfect amount right there. And I'm gonna mix that up, get that into that consistency. I put a little bit too much, so I'm gonna put a little bit more, but not much, just a little bit. There you go. All right, what I'm making here is a roux, and that's plenty of roux right there. I'm gonna turn it down. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit to make it go a little slower. oil and flour. This is gonna be a little bit too much maybe, but you can make a bigger roux than what you need. There's a little over a cup of flour and about 3/4 a cup of oil. That's about what it is. But see that consistency? You don't see that tail drag like that through there? Use that trail. You cook that down. The thing about a roux is you always got to stir it. You can walk away from it a little bit in the beginning, but not at the end. And you get everything ready. This is some tomatoes. I jarred 6/21/17. So that was some of the last tomatoes I jarred at my old house. I used to grow the heck out of tomatoes over there. What I'm gonna do is pop them open and get them ready. Have them ready. You gotta be quick on your feet with this stuff, with this roux. A roux takes a while to cook, and it's everything. If you get this wrong, you've got the whole dish wrong. You burn a roux, get rid of it, and start over. But there's different consistencies to roux. Some people go with a white roux, and that's white roux. Getting close to blonde. Blonde roux is a little darker, blonde, of course. Then a brown roux. Brown roux would be about the color of just regular milk chocolate. Then a dark roux, which is the color of dark chocolate. So we're gonna be going down to probably close to the dark roux side here. On to the dark side. Kind of pull away just for I can kind of pull away just for a second here. What I'm gonna do is pull away for a second, get my chair, shut that up, and get ready to just stir and stir and stir. It's a good time to have yourself a little sip of wine if you had it, but I don't have wine, so I'm gonna have a beer. I'm gonna take this off and come back to you when it's ready. The thing is you just never stop stirring at this point, and you don't splash that. If that splashed on you, burn the daylights out of you. So just keep stirring. I'll click back on when I get to the dark roux. Yeah, this is how it looks when it's getting towards the end of the blonde stage, going towards almost the chocolate stage. So moving along. And here it is at the chocolate stage. Now this is real critical to keep stirring. You gotta keep it moving. I turn the fire down just a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, but it's cooking. Roux are critical. When you talk about a recipe in the South, and they say we're gonna go cook, and they say what's the first thing you're gonna do? Make a roux. Getting to that dark color now. Getting close. Alright, that's about dark chocolate right there. Just about dark chocolate. Let's see. So what I want to do at this point is add seasoning. Gotta be kind of quick about this. And get that in there cooking. It's gonna put off a lot of water, a lot of steam. I left the same amount of roux as I made in there because that was about right. And you keep stirring here. Alright, keep stirring. That was onions, celery, bell pepper, garlic, green onions, and a little jalapeno pepper. See how that's turning like that? It's getting a good consistency. And there's two ways you can do this. There's more than two ways. There's many ways. You could have put the meat in first right there and browned it. Or do what I did. And at this point, it's smelling well cooked. And it looks like it's burning, but it ain't. It ain't burning. Just keep it moving and keep scraping the bottom of that pot. Now you could either put that meat in now, or you could put the tomato sauce in now. But that's not sauce, that's tomatoes. I'm gonna put that in a few minutes. I'm gonna let that season and cook. Those flavors are cooking in there. Boy, that smells good, yeah. Woo, that smells good. Anything that sticks, you scrape it off of there real quick like. Alright. Put the tomato in there. One good jar of tomato. You can put two. It'll be alright to put two. But that's going to add the flavor of that tomato. Let that cook down a little bit. Now you don't have to stir it absolute much. This is a pot holder my daughter made. But you got to keep kind of stirring this. I can step away for a second here. I'm gonna get a little water. Okay. Oh. I hope this thing is at the right. Okay. See how it's turning a little bit red now? It went from dark brown. Now it's a little red. Turn that heat up a little bit more on it. Got my water ready to go if I need it. But before I put water in there, I'm gonna let this congeal and cook. See how that's looking? Went from a dark color, and now it's a little bit lighter now, back to the way it was. After I added the tomatoes. Hadn't been quite an hour, but I'm gonna go ahead and add the meat. Mix that up in there real good. Yeah, it's getting in there, get it all mixed up, get everything to touch each other. That's good stuff there. Smelling good in here. Alright, put that heat up back up a little bit more. I want that meat to start browning. Ooh, Lord, if y'all could smell it. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking real good. See? Yeah, that's looking there. The meat's starting to brown in there. A little bit more heat. Alright, I'm gonna put a little water in there right now. Should have been a little bit dark, I think. I should have let it go a little bit longer with the seasoning, but that's okay. That's the thing about this kind of cooking. It's a little different every time. No standards. It all comes out real good. See how that looks? That looks real good. So I'm gonna let it cook on itself a little while. I might put a little bit more water in there. A little bit more water. And if it's a little darker, it's okay. That's actually, to me, it's a little darker, it's a little better, but it's gonna be just fine. It smells good. Alright, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna drain out these mushrooms. Get all that water. Alright, these are oyster mushrooms I picked. They're a little ragged looking because they were frozen. I'm gonna kind of dice them up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and add those to it. Put the oyster mushrooms on in there. Now you can use regular mushroom. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I like to pick my own mushrooms if I can. I'm gonna take this and transfer it back onto a place where I can put it in there when I'm ready. Go ahead and turn them mushrooms in there. I don't need that. Well, I might need that later. What I want to get out here, I bought a whole bunch of lemons. They were selling them cheap, so I'm gonna squeeze a whole bunch of lemons later. But for now, I need one of them to do a little bit. One, two, three. You take that lemon and you can put that in a little bit later. That's cooking. That's a good cooking temperature right there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on there right now and let that simmer a while. I might put a little bit more water in a little bit, and you let it keep cooking the water in and out. And then if you put it in, you let it cook it out. Let Let's put a little bit more in there. Not much. This is sauce, not soup. Sauce piquant. You let that cook on itself for a while. Alrighty. Alright, this is, it's been cooking on itself. I just took the top off. And it is boiling pretty hard. So, it's been about 35 minutes since I put the meat in. Or less, I don't know, 30 minutes. It's rolling. So it's cooking. So what I'm gonna do is I got these few things I need to put in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm trying to do this while holding the camera. I'm gonna go ahead and slide on in the larger garlics. And see if I can do this. Get the rest of that green onion in there. That'll hold its color a little bit better. Oop, shoot. So I'm gonna put that in there. That's doing all right. That's doing all right there. Now one thing you can do, and I've done this before, but my wife and my daughter didn't really. They like just the sauce and the meat, but I like it. Is I cut up in little bitty dices turnips and put them in there, and boy, that tastes good to me. But I'm not doing that tonight because this is just how I'm gonna do it, and I got the turnips to do it. But I'm gonna do one when we go hunting like that. I got a little different twist to it when I do it with hunting. I do it with jawed deer meat. But anyway, that's what that is. I'm getting ready to cut up some jalapeno peppers, and I'm gonna put them in there. I just got one jalapeno pepper here. I cut it in half, and then cut it in half again. Go ahead and seed it. I'm gonna do it with my fingers since I'm doing this while I'm holding this thing. Boy, my fingers are gonna burn a bit. But just get those seeds out of there. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this right here. Maybe you can see it. Go ahead and cut them long ways. Not so fine as I cut the other ones, but a little bit. So there they are. About like that. Put them on a knife like this so I can carry them on over. I'm gonna put that in there like that. And I'm gonna stir them in. Ooh, it's starting to get kind of sticky on the bottom there. Starting to get a little sticky on the bottom there. Have to put the jalapeno peppers in there. You can see the green of the jalapenos coming out. There's a little good color to it. But that's thick and saucy. Oh, that's some good stuff. See them mushrooms in there? Fresh picked mushrooms and all that deer meat. And then there's the garlics. That's gonna cook down. That's gonna cook down. And now, right now, because it's getting toward the end, I'm gonna go ahead and put these little onion rings in there. I mean, lemon rings. And then I'm gonna put a little, I got the end of the lemon. I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze it. Get some lemon juice in there, just a little bit. You don't need much. And drop that in there. And I'm gonna put a little bit more water. Not much. A little bit more water. Smelling right now. Woo-wee, that's smelling good. A little water, pull it down. So, it's gonna come to a simmer, a boil real quick. Come to that boil real quick. And I'm gonna drop that temperature down on there, probably to about right up in there. Get a good simmer going and let it cook for another hour or so with the top on. And I'm gonna stir it every about 20-30 minutes. You can let it cook for a while. Actually, let's see, that's not as hot. Ooh, that is hot. Okay, that's about where you want it, about right there. About another 20-30 minutes. I'm gonna stir again. 20-30 minutes, stir again. 20-30 minutes, stir again. From here on out, I'm just gonna clean up my mess around here. Cook a pot of rice. We'll be ready to eat. Alright, it's been cooking for a little while on itself. Not too long, but probably about another 15 minutes. I'm gonna add a little bit more pepper. Just a little bit, just a touch. I'm gonna add a little bit more onion powder, just a touch, not much, just a touch. I'm gonna add a little bit more garlic powder, just a touch, not much. A little bit more than the other stuff, not much though. And just a little bit cayenne pepper. Oh, if I can get it open with one hand. Just a touch, not much. Alright, I am done with seasoning. Well, wait, one more thing I'm gonna add. Get that all mixed in there. One more thing I'm gonna add. Two more things I'm gonna add. Sorry. 2 dashes of hot sauce. Now we reserve our good hot sauces for other things. That's a good hot sauce for cooking and stuff. That's all. You gotta have that around your house. But for fine dining, and I'm gonna add another 2 dashes of Worcestershire sauce. Put that up, give it a mix. And another mix real good, scraping the bottom, making sure nothing's sticking. There ain't nothing sticking now. That's just saucy. I think what I'm gonna do, this is all how you just look at it and decide whether or not you're gonna do this. But I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Not much. Just a little bit. Give it a little bit more juice to it, but it don't need much. It's saucy. That's pretty thick. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the flame. I'm used to cooking on gas from my old house, and until we moved into this house, I never cooked on electric. Electric's all right though. I used to be totally anti it, but it's actually pretty easy to cook on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna turn this down to right above low. Right above low. Let it come back to a boil. It's gonna come back. It's a little bit slower this time because I got the flame lower, the heat lower. But it's gonna do it. There it is. The bubbles are coming. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on. Then it can just simmer. And that's it. You know, cook some rice and serve it over rice. That's it. Alright, this is the last time I'm gonna stir. Oh, you see how that has that oil right there? That means it's done. It is done. And it's got a little stick to the bottom of it. So you just come in and you just move that on there. Oh, yeah. It kind of releases pretty easy, but oh yeah, that's beautiful. It's done. It is done. And then what I'm gonna do, go ahead and just a little bit thick, but not much. Just put a little bit in there. Put that on the lowest setting that I have. Let's see. Just a little bit of taste. We gotta cool it off a little bit. Oh, man, if you could taste that. That is the best. That's the best deer you ever ate in your life. Oh my God, that's so good. Now I'm just gonna cook some rice and serve it over some rice, and that's it. That's sauce piquant. That's deer venison sauce piquant. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you cook this. I hope you try it. You could do variations. You can add potatoes. You can add turnips. You could use different kind of mushrooms. You don't have to do it in the same sequence, but I promise you, if you cook your venison like this, you will love it. That tomatoes, that is so good in there. That's a great flavor. The spices, all of it's coming through. And people that have a problem with gamey tasting meat, if your meat's a little gamey, this will take care of it a lot. Now let me tell you, upon rewarming, if you rewarm it in the microwave, it's not the same. It'll still be good, but it ain't exactly the same as the night you serve it. It's always better the night you serve it. So if you do this for a Christmas special or some kind of party, get it done that day. Rewarming it, you have to rewarm it on a flame, like on a stove or something like that. Don't rewarm it in the microwave. But it is good in rewarming in the microwave if you're just going to reheat you some for lunch at work or something. But that's a good meal. This is excellent. And you can do other meats this way. I hope y'all enjoy this, and I hope y'all like it. And this is how it looks served over rice. Yummy, yummy.